Hi, my name is Maddie,
And I'm Annabelle.
and welcome to
Lobotomy?
Awesome. All right, so I guess we're gonna start with our update first.
Updates.
Do you have anything you want to lead off with?
I have my story. I literally texted Maddie and our friends Beck and Jason on Friday and was like, I have such a story, but it's going to have to wait for the pod.
So I have no idea what's about to be said.
I'm so excited. So, for context, I work in a library. I work in a public library. I'm a library assistant. I do not have a library science degree. So, before anybody asks. But yeah, I work in a library. And I get to work on Friday, and I'm like, this is going to be a good day, whatever, da 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 da. I'm going about my day. And I get on the desk. And right as I get on the desk, this man walks in, and he's holding. So if you don't know, most library systems have partnership passes for different attractions around their city. So, like, we used to have a zoo one. We don't have it anymore. Blame the zoo, don't blame us. We have, like, the Shakespeare Tavern. We have the Alliance Theater, things like that, like popular Atlanta attractions. And one of the things we have is a Georgia State Parks Pass, which comes with a pass to get into the state park and the historic sites. It comes with like a brochure, and it comes with a parking pass. I see this man walking in, and he's holding just the parking pass for the Georgia State Park. And I'm like, he probably forgot it, like left it in his car, and he's like returning it, but he's probably already returned the rest of it because he's not holding the whole. It comes in like a little Ziploc baggie, like a tall Ziploc baggie. He's not holding that. He's just holding the parking pass. I'm like, oh, he probably forgot it because everybody, you hang it up on your car if you need to use the parking pass, whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he comes up to me. He goes, so I just got a notice that I have something overdue. And he was like, I don't know what it is. Can you check for me? And I'm like, cool. So I pull up his account, and it does in fact say that the state park pass is overdue. And I'm like, and I can see that he's holding the parking pass. I'm like, okay, like it looks like it's just the state park pass. And he goes, okay, here you go. And hands me the thing. He goes, is this what I'm supposed to return? And I said, yeah, that's probably it. Like, were you just missing it from when you returned the rest of it? And he goes, what do you mean? And I was like, did you already return, like, the actual state park pass and the brochure and everything, like the little Ziploc baggie? Did you already return that? He goes, no, I didn't know I was supposed to. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, everything you take out from the library is on loan from the library. Like, this is an old man, mind you. He kept saying over and over. He was like, I'm 73, and this is my first time ever having a parking or a library card. I was like, okay, if you just bring back the rest of the pass, like, we can get this settled. It'll just be an overdue fee of like $5. I'm like, I'm trying to give this man the benefit of the doubt. But I'm like, how the fuck do you not know that you need to return things that you borrow from the library? It's also like our whole spiel. We have a spiel when we hand out like park passes and stuff and like partnership passes. All of our partnership passes, we're like, you get it for a week. If you need it for longer than that, you can have it for one extra week, but you need to call us to tell us that you need it for an extra week. After that, you need to bring it back to the same library that you got it from. It's like one of the few things that needs to be returned to the same branch. So that is literally in our like little spiel, is like, bring it back to the same branch that you got it from. This man is like insistent that he had no idea you had to return things. Like that he had to return it. He was like, well, they told me it expired after a week. And we're like, no, you get it checked out for a week. You can't just have it for as long as you want. And he was like, well, when I took it out, like, I didn't know. I told her, the person that like who checked him out, he was like, well, I mean, I didn't know if I was going to be able to go. And like, so I was like, why would it expire after a week? I'm like, because you check it out for the time that you need it. You don't check it out to like hold on to it until you do need it. Like anything else that you get from the library, you get it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So get it when you need it. You don't get it whenever you feel like it. And you just hold on to it until you need it. Like, other people want this too. Other people want to use it. And we're like, I'm filled in my coworkers at this point that are there with me that day. I'm like, so what did you do with it? Like, can you just bring it back? And like, this will all be like, it'll just be an overdue fine. And like, that's fine. It's like $1 a day. And he had already accumulated like $5 worth at this point. So it's been 5 days. That he's had it for 2 weeks and 5 days. And he's like, well, no, I threw it out. I was like, what do you mean? They're laminated. They've got like library property written all over them. They've got barcodes. They've got everything. Like, it is impossible to miss that this is not something that you just keep. And he finally, like, he loses it. He's just like, well, how was I supposed to know? I'm like, everything that you take out from the library is on loan, sir. Like, everything that you take out. But yeah, so he's like throwing a fit. And we tell him, we're like, so you have to pay to replace this. Because it's $100 for the whole thing. Luckily, he brought back the parking pass. So we were trying to help him.
Yeah.
So it's $50.
Okay.
And he absolutely loses his shit. He's like, well, I don't want to do that. I'm not paying for it. And he's like, he forfeits his library card, like everything. And I'm like, what the hell? So he leaves. Mind you, at this point, also, my coworker, who was actually the one who got him signed up for the library card and like checked out the pass to him, and I know their specific speech that they get because I've heard them say it like a million fucking times. He's like talking to them and he goes, you're the one that sold it to me. And they go, no, I didn't sell you anything. I checked it out to you. You don't buy things from the library. You buy things from, we have like a friend's bookstore where the like, that's how we make our like extra money and stuff, like outside of what the county gives us to spend if we want to do like events and stuff. And like, yes, those things you can buy. Anything that you check out is on loan. It must be returned. I was like, sir, did you not notice when you didn't pay for anything? That like, come on. And his whole defense the whole time is just like, I'm 73 and this is my first time ever having a library card. I'm like, sir, even if that was like, even if that's the case, you are 73. That means when you were in elementary school, middle school, high school, college even, you didn't have laptops. You didn't have computers the same way that we do now. You went to libraries. I guarantee you've used a library before. You might not have ever had a public library system card. You might not have ever had a library card at your school even. But guess what? You use libraries. You know that you need to return things to the libraries. This is the most entitled man in the world. He left. I am talking to my coworker who is like writing up the stuff and like writing up the whole interaction, making sure everything's billed properly, all of the stuff. We know he's never going to pay it because he's forfeited his library card. He's like, I don't want it anymore. You take it. Like, this is a terrible experience. And I'm like, okay. So my coworker hands it to me and he goes, you can cut this up if you want. I said, cool. The minute that I take scissors to this thing, I'm like, are you done with it? Like, do you need the number anymore? Nothing. Because I'm about to shred this thing. I'm like, I'm so irritated. I'm about to shred this thing in tiny pieces. There is a picture of it being shredded in tiny pieces, by the way. It was like microbial by the time I was done with it. I cut it in half. The minute that I go to cut it into a quarter, the man walks right back through the door. And I'm like, fuck. Because I'm taking scissors to his library card at the front desk. I'm sitting there taking scissors to his library card. And I'm like, oops. And he comes in, he goes, you know what? Actually, I do want that back. And my coworker looks at him and he goes, yeah, you said you didn't want it anymore, so we are destroying it because that's like policy. If we find a library card that like nobody's come to claim, like even if like people lose stuff all the time and sometimes they'll leave it at the library or whatever, and we'll try to contact them, we'll wait a certain amount of time, but like after a while, like they're clearly not coming back for it. So we shred them. Usually we use a shredder to do it, but this time I was angry, so I wanted to do it myself. So he's like, I actually want it back. And my coworker goes, sorry, bud, but we already destroyed it. You told us you didn't want it. And so he was like, great, this is great. You guys are awesome. And he turns around, and as he's leaving, he's like muttering to himself. He calls my coworker a dumb lowlife, and then he like comments on his ponytail. He's like, "Nice ponytail." And he also like mentioned that he was gonna write a letter to the commissioner, and I was like, "Yeah, you have fun with that. You have fun explaining how a 73-year-old man doesn't know how the library works." So that was my day. That was my Friday. That's pretty much the only update I have for this week, though. Do you need to take that?
Do not.
Okay. Is yours also? Is mine also flashing? Yours keeps flashing a little bit, but I can't tell if it's.
It says it might be low battery, but like super, super fast.
Yeah. It might just be. Oh, yours just flashed. Mine's not flashing. I don't know.
So I think I did a lot of dancing last week.
Yeah.
I checked out Dark Side Swing for the first time. It was really fun. I taught at Flow State Swing. I was at Atlanta Swing Dancers Club and American Legion. Went to like all the dances.
All the dances. I
Did
did
all
not
the
do
dancing.
any dancing this week.
But I think the like highlight of my week was actually going antiquing. And they had this little section in the antique mall that was run by a book collector and like book reseller. So he had a whole bunch of antique books. And he like I was reading something from like the 1800s that in French that was a medical dictionary, and that was super cool. They had a first edition of Just So stories, which I loved because I grew up
Oh, the
reading
like
those.
Rudyard Kipling ones.
Yep.
We have those in the library.
And seeing like the original plate prints of the illustrations was really cool. There were some architecture ones. It was just really cool and really niche. And the book collector guy was like, "Is there anything that you specifically interests you that you would want to see?" And so a friend of ours, Katie, had mentioned she had found a step book from a dance that had been like lost essentially through the time because so many in the 1920s and 30s, there was just a boom of swing dances. But because we aren't connected like we are now, there wasn't much cross sharing. And so each individual like city would have its own styles and its own dance and movements there. There was a lot more sharing on the musical front because sheet music could be written down and shared very easily. But dances were written down in step sheets. These were published in magazines, newspapers, as little pamphlets. And so there was a lot lost from that era. And so I, have read some. I've looked into just some basic things. If you're really interested in this, there's a dance historian out there who publishes a lot about this. Things like Foxy and Peabody and a lot of the more niche blues and swing dances, which is super, super cool. So I mentioned this to him, and he was like, "I have seen some before," which was wild. He was like, because I had not mentioned step sheets yet. He was like, "There's these little step sheets, like with the little footprints and like the arrows and stuff." I was like, "Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about." And so we like nerded out for like 15 minutes about like where they might be found in like historical magazines and things like that. And so it was just a really cool experience to be talking to someone who just loves the history and how it's been written down. It was really, really cool. And I'm going to take Annabelle sometime because it was genuinely like super cool. I spent 45 minutes in this guy's booth of over 5,000 books. It was insane.
He could be a registered library.
Really? How many does it take?
I think 1,000.
That's really cool.
I think. Someone check me on it, but I could check myself on it. But
Yeah,
I think 1,000.
that was probably the coolest thing that I did this week.
That's cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah, she sent me pictures of like old antique books, and I was like, that looks so cool.
And they let you read them and pick them up and like leaf through them.
Yeah.
Really cool. Really, really cool. Awesome. Any other updates?
No, I didn't really do much this week. I was just with my mom most of the time. I was just hanging out with her, doing puzzles and coloring. So much fucking coloring.
You have been coloring.
I've been having fun, guys. Coloring books. My like creative juices are a little dead. So like I haven't been writing a lot of music lately, and I haven't been my crocheting has taken a backseat a little bit, not because like I don't enjoy it, but because like I struggle sometimes to come up with things to crochet, which is why I like taking orders and stuff. I like someone telling me like, oh, you should make this for me because of this reason or whatever. So like that part's fun to me, but sometimes, granted, I still have Maddie's sweater that I'm working on that she commissioned me for. That it's just making a bunch of squares right now, so it's a little on the boring side, but it's not like
When it happens, it happens.
I'm just like I know that one's not urgent.
Yeah, I think I was like, yeah, if I could have it by fall
Yeah.
when it's cold outside.
I was like, by the time you need to wear it, it'll probably be done. Like, I can get it done in a week if I just sat down and did it, because it's like 40 hours worth of work. And I'm like,
yeah.
I've got 2 colors done by now, I think. And there's 5 colors. So, like,
I think, honestly, the next time I would probably wear it before it's like chilly outside is if I'm in a spotlight final.
yeah,
Always need a good sweater there.
always do.
Got to stay warm while you're just sitting in a chair or standing up at the backdrop waiting on people.
Standing up at the backdrop is really annoying.
That was
For no other reason than just like I'm chronically ill and standing hurts.
and
Dancing doesn't hurt as much as standing.
No, it's really, really. I've met people who like need crutches to walk and can dance for an hour. Like
Yeah.
it's dancing is so much easier than just standing.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, like moving around is usually
Moving is always easier to me than like because I can walk for an hour, but I can't stand for an hour.
Yeah,
I used to work at a job that like I had to just stand at the front desk, and I was in so much pain almost like all the time. I was constantly looking for reasons to like walk around. Anytime anybody was like, "Oh, can you go grab this or can you go tell this person this thing?" I was like, "Yes, please. I would love to. I would love to take a walk." So,
but yeah. All right. So our theme of today.
yes.
Actually, before we do that, our little
Oh yeah.
mic stands of the day. I'll go first because mine is just I found Annabelle's cute hair clip and I liked it.
So she stuck a mic on it. Mine is a liquid IV packet because off campus is taken over my brain. And therefore so has liquid IV apparently. Liquid IV, this was a very, very smart marketing tactic and I hate it. Hate it so much. This is not sponsored by Liquid IV, by the way. But I wouldn't turn it down.
Unlike off campus.
Unlike off campus. Off campus is very clearly sponsored by Liquid IV. Every episode starts with a Liquid IV ad, and there's also like so many plugs in the show. You haven't even gotten to the worst of it yet. We got Maddie to watch 1 episode of Off Campus. That is what we did.
I watched 1 episode of Off Campus. You did not order your 5 bags of chicken nuggets.
I did not order my 5 bags of chicken nuggets, but
I did cut some bangs. We're starting with curtain bangs. I'm actually kind of enjoying them. They're going a little wacky with the rain outside today, but we're here.
Yeah.
Been
Your cowlick is cowlicking.
Everything is going 12 different directions in this rain. There's a reason it's up in a ponytail, y'all.
Oh, my also, before this airs, I will have gone to jury duty.
Oh, no.
I have jury duty tomorrow. I got the email earlier today that said that I actually have to show up and go. So, well, the day before this airs, I will be at jury duty all day.
Now, the theme of today is just trivia, fun facts, just niche things. And do
you want to tell them how the idea came about?
I don't remember. You'll have to tell me.
Oh, it was you and our friend Dalton went to
yes.
We were supposed to go to trivia. You didn't even go to trivia.
We didn't even go to trivia.
You were supposed to go to trivia, and then you were saying how you have so much niche information, and so does he, and so do I, that we would be unstoppable at trivia between the 3 of us, because you've got all the science-y facts and stuff, and he's got a bunch of movie and pop culture things, and I've got a bunch of the arts and stuff, and all of us combined would have been really good at trivia. And so you were but what if you did 2 truths and a lie trivia version?
So essentially I came up with the idea of doing 2 truths and a lie trivia version, as Annabelle said, and we're gonna get a little niche into my biology, like a little niche there. Things tend to go there. With just some fun facts. So you will be on your A game for our next trivia show.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yeah, my favorite thing, by the way, just quick side quest, was our friends Beck and Jason sent us a video last week that just zoomed in slowly on Hugo licking the air obsessively. He has a tick,
I don't
and
know what to
it's
do about it.
so incredibly irritating.
He's got little
So
lizard
loud.
licks. Lizard licks.
Yeah, he is a lizard.
Just wants
So,
to lay on a rock in the sun and
but it
lick
did
the
make
air.
me crack up when they sent a video of just him licking the air.
Bonk. All right.
Go
So
for it.
there are going to be 3 fun facts, and
Mhm.
one of them is not true.
Okay.
And you have to tell me which one, and then I will have more information. Sometimes about all of them, sometimes just about the one that is not true.
Yeah.
We're gonna be going through a fun little learning journey.
Okay.
All right. The combined average color of all light in the universe is a soft, warm beige called cosmic latte. We've only explored 10% of the ocean floor. Extreme atmospheric pressure on Saturn and Jupiter can crystallize carbon, which literally turns into a diamond rain. So, like, it rains diamonds in these gas giants.
All of these sound so close to like something I've heard. But I gotta say, if I had to pick one as false, it would probably be the latte one. What did you call it? The cosmic latte. I feel like that one's not true.
So, it's actually the ocean floor. We've only explored less than 1% of the ocean floor.
Oh.
We have more detailed maps of the moon than the deep sea floor. Out of a total area of more than 335 million square kilometers, around 129.3 million square miles, scientists have explored less than 0.001%, roughly the same size as Rhode Island, the smallest U.S. state. So yeah.
I knew we had explored very, very little.
Yes.
Of the ocean floor. So I was like, 10% sounds right. That's like, however, I'm really bad at geography, guys. And spatial things. Like, I'm terrible. Like, if you tell me, like, that's a foot long, I will believe you about literally anything. I'm like, I don't know what a foot looks like. I know what feet look like. I don't know what a foot looks like. I don't know what a yard is. I don't know what a mile is. Like, you could tell me we just ran 3 miles and I would believe you, even if we only ran a 0.5 miles. Like, I genuinely have no idea. It's like my one, like, it's my biggest downfall is I have no idea. I have no concept of measurement.
You have no conceptual spatial awareness.
I have no, like, measurement awareness specifically. Because, like, if you show me a space and you're like, I need something this big to fit in a space that's this big. And you're like, or like you're showing me an object and you're like, I wonder if it can fit in this space. I can tell you yes or no. And I'm usually right.
But
like if you tell me I have a foot of space and I don't know if this will fit in a foot of space, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, I have 1 square foot of space that's empty and like I need to know if this can fit in that 1 square foot of space. I'm like, I have no idea how big a square foot of space is.
Interesting.
I can't tell you. But if you show me the space and then you show me the thing that you want to put in the space, I can tell you if it will fit.
Amazing.
So, point being, if you tell me 10% of the ocean floor, I'm like, yeah, that's a small amount. No.
Well,
it's really not.
The common misconception is 1% because it's less than 1%.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and made it like
a little bit bigger
just so like you had a chance.
I had no chance. The second you brought measurements into this, I had no chance.
It's okay. We're going to find out how little of a chance I have at trivia in a minute. Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert. All right, next one. Grasshoppers have ears located on their bellies, tucked safely under their wings. Monarch butterflies have taste sensors on their feet, allowing them to taste a plant simply by landing on it. And 1 horse is equal to 1 horsepower.
I don't think 1 horse is equal to 1 horsepower.
You are correct.
I'm like, I genuinely, that's what I thought. Whenever people talked about horsepower, that is exactly what I thought it was. But I do remember learning at one point that that was not the case. I still don't understand what it is, but I know it's not that.
A study in 1993 showed that the maximum power a horse can produce is 18,000 watts, around 24 horsepower.
So where the fuck does horsepower come from?
Someone lowballed it.
Extremely.
Someone brought out their oldest farm horse that can't do anything and was like, this is 1 horse. This is the average 1 horse.
This is the average horse.
Smarter than the average horse.
Smarter than the average bear. The average horse is faster than the average bear.
I think it depends on the bear. I'd have to think about it because, like, well, no, there's.
Dude, you're going way too deep into this.
I'm getting way too deep in this. Anyway, back to our fun facts: 2 truths and a lie. Okay, so the moon is slowly growing in size, but only very slightly. Earthworms have 5 pairs of aortic arches that function as hearts. So they have 5 segments of hearts essentially throughout. And sharks evolved about 40 million years before the first tree.
Sharks are dinosaurs. So I'm okay with that one. I don't like that the moon is growing, but I can believe it. I do know that if you chop a worm in half, it can still live. Like, the 2 halves can live. But I don't know about 5 hearts. So I feel like it's that one.
Actually, the moon is shrinking slightly.
See, that made a lot more sense. I was like, I don't like that the moon is growing, but, like, I guess I'll take your word for it.
By only about 50 meters over the last several 100 million years. But mysterious seismic activity known as moonquakes could be to blame.
And it's getting pelted by, like, asteroids and shit. So, like, it's probably literally, like, a chiseling away.
Earthworms do in fact have 5 pairs of aortic arches that function as hearts, pumping through their segmented bodies.
That is wild. I guess that's why you can literally just, like, cut it in half and be like, it's
not
fine.
That I'm condoning this, but if you cut up an earthworm in the right places, you could have 5 separate earthworms from 1 earthworm. Again, not condoning it. They do regenerate slightly, but they'll essentially regrow a tail, so they won't regrow like a lot of their organs and stuff, so it won't be as functional. But
it only has 1 brain. Does it have a brain? Do earthworms have brains?
It's a good question. I think they're very functional without much going on. I think they have I think they just have their don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they just have like a spinal cord, just sends signals throughout.
Yeah, interesting.
Very interesting.
I wonder if they feel pain then. If they don't have a brain, they can't process pain if they don't have a brain.
True. So maybe I do condone chopping up.
No,
I'm kidding.
No, leave the worms alone.
That was a joke. We need the worms. We need them to aerate the soil.
You know what you can experiment on? Mosquitoes,
roaches, palmetto bugs.
Roaches and palmetto bugs and mosquitoes. Have you seen that video of the mosquitoes in the little like petri dish? And it's got like a mesh net on the top, and the guy just like floats his hand right over it, and they all their little tongues are going through, and it's like, oh yes, torture the mosquitoes.
Oh my goodness.
Torture the mosquitoes, please.
All right, are you ready for your next one?
Yeah, hit me.
A typical fluffy cumulus cloud actually weighs about 1.1 million pounds. Because bananas are rich in potassium, they are actually slightly radioactive.
I did know that.
Newborn babies only see in black and white.
That doesn't sound right.
Which one?
The newborn babies?
You are correct. Their color vision is extremely limited, but they can detect some intense colors, especially red. This is because their eyes' cone cells, which detect color, aren't fully mature at birth.
Yeah, I'm like, black and white doesn't sound right. I know they have limited colored vision. It's like it's almost like dogs and cats where like it's a weird like filter over everything, but then it like develops as you get older, which is why color blindness happens, because some of them just don't develop.
Yep, you've got rods and cones, and rods are essentially black and white, and the cones are for color. And so depending on your concentration of cones and rods, right? Because if you have a higher concentration of rods, you're going to get more black and white. So different things. It will highly impact both your perception of color, color blindness, and things like that.
The cloud being that heavy is a little baffling because I'm like, we fly right through it.
That was something new. Well, because you're essentially condensing something it is light enough.
Like if you were to like,
yes,
yeah,
all of the water and particles in that massive thing.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense. That's why I was like, I'm willing to accept that.
I don't like it, but I'm willing to accept it. All right, we're getting into mine with a little bit more fun factiness, even on the ones that I'm not going that are true.
Yeah.
Leftover pasta has extra health benefits.
I really want pasta.
There is a thunderstorm called Hector the Convector that arrives every single day at 3 p.m.
Like somewhere in the world? Just like anywhere in the world?
In a particular place.
Oh, okay.
Every single day. And Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world.
Not true.
What is?
Oh god, it's like K2, isn't it? Or is it Kilimanjaro? No. It's not that. It's something else, but it's not Mount Everest.
Nope, it is not. Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa in Hawaii, the twin volcanoes, are taller than Mount Everest. Their height is submerged underwater. The twin volcanoes measure a staggering 10.2 kilometers in total, compared to Everest's paltry 8.8 kilometers.
Is Everest isn't even the tallest mountain above land, though, is it?
I'd have to look.
I want to know, because I feel like that's...
Let me finish my fun facts because I do...
Yeah.
So most thunderstorms are unpredictable, but not Hector the Convector. So it's a microclimate over the Tiwi Islands off the coast of northern Australia. Hector arrives every day at 3 p.m. from September through March. He's also huge, regularly reaching more than 19 kilometers high. Yeah. And
That's so cute. I love his name.
Hector the Convector.
Hector the Convector.
And then leftover pasta does actually have additional health benefits.
See, I knew I really liked pasta for a reason.
That's because it contains more resistant starch than freshly cooked pasta, thanks to the effect of cooking and cooling on the pasta's starch structure, which is why you should rinse your pasta in cold water right after you cook it. It helps solidify that and keep it from sticking together, and helps put this into effect a little bit higher. Resistant starch has been linked to improved blood sugar control and better gut health. Another little side quest on this one is that there have been less side effects with blood sugar spikes with pasta if you put it in the freezer after it's cooked and then heat it up. Same thing, same idea.
I wonder if that still holds true with gluten-free pasta, though.
I have no idea.
Because I'm like, the whole point of gluten-free pasta is there's no wheat.
There's no gluten. But there's not that. It is still starches.
Yeah.
It's made with like potato starches,
just different starches
and rice starches. So I could see it still holding.
Yeah. Because I'm just like, is it specifically like wheat that makes it that way, or is it just any starch if you leave it?
Mount Everest is the highest point on Earth.
Okay.
Tallest from base to peak is Mount Kea, and the closest to space is Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador.
What is... I don't have my phone. Can you search up... I think there's a mountain called K2.
Mountain K2.
I'm just curious. We're going on a whole little side quest here.
It is the world's second highest mountain.
Gotcha. I was like, I know it exists.
K2 is the world's second largest mountain, located in the Karakoram Range on the border of Pakistan and China, known as the Savage Mountain for its extreme difficulty and high fatality rate. So, add that to your list there. Alrighty, we are on my last two truths and a lie, fun fact edition.
Lovely. Let's go.
So, You lose the most heat through the top of your head. Wearing a tie can reduce blood flow to the brain. And chainsaws were first invented for childbirth.
Lord, please let that not be true, but I also feel like it definitely is. People are just fucked up enough. I feel like ties don't cut off blood flow. That's a really weird thing to be doing.
So the lie is you lose the most heat through the top of your head. Your face, head, and chest are more sensitive to temperature changes, but this myth isn't entirely true. In reality, covering any part of the body helps prevent heat loss in the same way.
I know for a fact, though, if your like feet are cold, the rest of your body will be cold. That's why like socks. Like I can wear socks and suddenly be warmer and not change anything else.
It's not physically changing your internal body temperature.
Yeah.
It's more that they're more sensitive, is essentially what that's saying.
Yeah. Because I also know like your ears are the coldest part of your body. So if you ever like burn your fingers, always like grab your ear. That's what my mom always taught me. Like if I ever grabbed something like hot, like too hot,
Yeah.
and I like burn my fingers, I would just like pinch my ear.
Run your skin under lukewarm water. Do not shock the skin by running it under cold water. Do not grab something from the freezer. If you burn yourself, it's just making things worse. But yeah, no, wearing a tie can reduce blood flow to the brain by 7.5%. Study
wild.
in 2018 found that wearing a necktie can reduce blood flow to your brain, which can make you feel dizzy, nauseous, and cause headache.
I feel like people are just wearing their ties too tight.
They also can increase pressure in your eyes if on too tight, and are great at carrying germs.
Germs?
Yep, because they're not washed as often.
Do people not wash ties?
Not very often. But also, like, they're going to dip into things, and yeah, so they're like...
well, that's what the tie clips are for, so they don't
just-
go flying around.
Just an interesting study, I thought.
I'm really confused. How tight are people wearing their fucking ties?
I mean, it's even just putting on the top button, because they were specifically like looking at people who wore them too tight versus people who wore them normal, and there was an average of 7.5%.
Interesting.
Cross.
Because I'm like, I don't like things. I don't like clothing on my neck. I'm a mock neck I will handle, but if it's too tight, like I will start to just like.
I'm a sucker for a good turtleneck, man. But I mostly
I
wear
like how they look. I can't stand how they feel, because I do feel like I'm suffocating every time I wear them. And now I know that I'm right. I can never button the top button on like a collared shirt or anything. Like I can't. If anything gets just like too tight around my neck, I'm like trying to fucking rip it off. I also can't do like chokers, like choker necklaces. Can't do them.
So I'm really excited about this chainsaw one. I actually replaced this with 8 to 10% of people grind their teeth in their sleep, and that one was just for those of you who don't know that I grind my teeth in my sleep aggressively,
horrific.
Like it's relatively badly. It's a problem. I'm probably winning in that 8 to 10% of people.
I can confirm. There was one time we were sharing a bed. I forgot where it was. Was it
Charlotte?
No, because we didn't room together at Charlotte.
Swing DC.
It was before Spotlight, maybe?
Maybe.
It might have been Spotlight, because you were also sick, so I feel like that made it worse. But you forgot your mouth guard.
Yeah, no, it was Spotlight.
And I woke up in the middle of the night because she had turned directly into my ear and started grinding her teeth. When I tell you I have never been so close to punching you in the mouth, I was like... I about lost my shit. I tried to wake you up too, and you just wouldn't wake up, and I was like, God damn it. So I ended up taking my pillow and just like sandwiching my head in my pillow, because I was like, I can't stand this. Oh my god, it was horrific, horrendous.
So speaking
atrocious.
Of horrific, chainsaws were in fact invented for childbirth. It was developed in Scotland in the late 18th century to help aid and speed up the process of... I
heard Aiden, like the name Aiden, and I was like, who the fuck is Aiden, and why is he so obsessed with childbirth? And then I realized that you said aid and.
So to speed up the process of symphysiotomy, if you do not like gore, close your ears for like 5 seconds.
Close your ears.
Widening the pubic cartilage during childbirth.
Oh.
It wasn't until the start of the 20th century that we started using chainsaws for wood chopping.
See, I feel like I knew that. like I feel like I knew that's where chainsaws came from, and you like said it, and it just like triggered something in my brain where I'm like, I know that's true. Like in the depths of
Wild.
my soul, I know that's true.
Wild.
Okay, you have one more?
No, that was the last
That
one.
was the last one? Lovely.
So, welcome to Two
Oh,
Truths and a Lie. Fun fact edition.
deeply, deeply disconcerting with that last one.
I thought it was very
That and you
entertaining.
brought me right back to Spotlight where you were grinding your teeth in my ear. So I don't know what's worse.
Well, moving on, we're going to find out just how bad I am at trivia.
Yeah.
Because I was really excited to do trivia with Dalton and Annabelle. Not that I'm good at trivia, to be so clear.
She's got a lot of knowledge, but it's not
useful in any
it's
way.
not trivia knowledge. It's useful if you're in that career.
It's not useful.
It's not useful for day-to-day life if you're not like actively doing something with it, because you are very smart, but in your specific field.
Random
Yes,
knowledge.
fields.
That's the thing, is it's random knowledge.
It's not even random. Like, it makes sense. You were a bio major.
But there's also like random car stuff.
I mean, there's
and...
random stuff, but like it's useful. Like your car stuff that you know is useful because you have an old ass shit car.
My shit back, my POS.
So like it makes sense that you know a lot about cars. It makes sense that you know a lot about biology and stuff like that because you took bio for 3 years.
Yeah, I just took bio for 3
Shut
years.
Up. I know what I said. I was just gonna move past it, but then I didn't.
Pre-med with a neurofocus, man.
You did a lot of bio shit. You almost did a whole research study on like algae or whatever.
Close enough.
What was it?
Tardigrades.
That one. Listen, guys, it was bioluminescent though, right?
No.
You know a lot of shit about bioluminescence.
I like bioluminescence. I did splice a bioluminescent gene into algae one time.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Because I brought up algae and bioluminescence, so I feel like you've told me that story.
But no, the study that I was potentially working towards was using tardigrades as a bioindicator, which means like using them to see changes, and like if you find this change in the tardigrades, you'll notice a change in the environment because they're super sensitive to changes in pH and temperatures and things like that. But yeah, no.
She's a genius.
Just weird shit.
Maddie, the queen of selling herself short. Anyway.
Let's find out how bad I am at trivia.
So, I have a game called Mind the Gap that I tried to play with my family, and everybody got way too mad that they didn't know the answers because both my parents are immigrants from Bulgaria. My brother is Gen Alpha, and this goes through Boomers, Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z. And I'm just really good at trivia.
Really good.
Not exceptionally good, but like I get by, you know?
You'd be an asset on a team.
Yes. So I went through the cards. I picked 5 questions from each generation to ask Maddie, and I went through very specifically looking for things that I knew the answer to in each generation, and that weren't stupid easy.
But then
we were playing around a second ago, and I was reading some like random millennial cards to her, and I was like, maybe I should have gone with the stupid easy ones. Because ones that I was like, you're gonna know this, and she was like, no, I think she got 1 right out of like the 10 that I asked her.
So, for context for the people out there, I went to Catholic school as a child. My parents were not super big on letting me on the internet. No movies, no TV in the house. Like, I was a sheltered child. And if you don't grow up kind of in a space paying attention to pop culture or like what's going on, it's not something that's super present in your mind as an adult. So they did good there. Like, I pretty much only sit down to watch TV with someone else when they ask me to watch TV.
And even then, I have to like force her.
I don't ever like walk through my day and I'm like, I'm gonna sit down and watch TV. So parents out there, it does work. At least it did for me. But also I have severe ADHD and have trouble sitting in one spot for that long.
So do I. Which is why I'm usually crocheting or coloring or on my phone or something. And like, granted, if I'm on my phone, I'm I'm not like one of those social media people where I'm like I'm watching TV and I'm on social media at the same time. I'm usually doing a puzzle on my phone. I'm like playing do you know the game Flow? With the little like dots and you have to connect the
Yes.
same color and like you can't have anything overlap. I aced that game.
I completed that game once and I
I completed
deleted it.
it. They updated.
I know.
They updated it
And then I
almost like
deleted it so
yeah.
that I could leave it alone.
I completed it and I left it on my thing because I was still doing like the daily puzzles and the weekly ones and like because I can do all of the weekly ones. There's 30 in the little
Yeah.
weekly one. I can do it in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Like I did the whole game in about a day. And so then I just wait. I have all of them too. Like I have all the variants. It's like a whole obsession. But like if you see me on my phone while I'm watching TV, I'm usually doing random puzzles and shit. Like I'll do crosswords, I'll do Sudoku, I'll do literally anything.
I think the one that I've stuck with as far as like puzzle games is the New York Times. Every single day. I do the mini, the MIDI, Wordle, and the connections. And then depending on how much time I have in the day, I'll go back through and do like the full big crossword puzzle and things like that.
Yeah. I got everybody at work into the people puzzlers. I really like that. They're all like pop culture crossword.
Okay.
It's a crossword of just pop culture shit.
Maybe I should start doing that and maybe I'd learn
You
something.
would learn some things. So me and one of my coworkers, every time I'm on the last desk, anytime I'm on the desk for the last hour, they'll come out and they'll be like, "Do you want to do a puzzle?" And we'll do the puzzle. I think the longest I've taken has been like 10 minutes, but the shortest I think was 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Nice.
So
I'm also a sucker for Sudoku.
I love a puzzle. We literally have plans for after this that we're gonna watch more off campus and do a puzzle.
I'm excited.
So I brought a puzzle home from work.
All right. Hit me with the trivia. Let's find out.
Let's go. We're starting with boomers. So it's gonna get easier.
Okay.
Unless you want it to go harder.
Just start.
Okay. So, first question. What rock band had hits with Bad Moon Rising and Proud Mary?
I know this. I don't know the names of any bands ever. I know both of those songs very well. I did a piece to Proud Mary. I have no idea.
Creedence Clearwater Revival. Otherwise known as CCR.
Amazing.
I grew up on this shit. This is what my mom
used
to like make me listen to in the car. But the difference is
I don't know artists.
Well, my mom also, she thought it was really fun. And she's also like kind of bad at this, but so she would make me tell her who the artist was. Like a song would be playing, and if I'm singing along, like I know the song, she would ask me who sings it. So now I know, like, you play a song, and I pretty much know who it is most of the time.
I'm real bad.
I'm not super into like pop culture stuff. Like I don't keep up with like who's dating who and what's the drama. It's literally just like unless it's like huge, like, you know.
Yeah.
People being bad people. Like, that's one thing. But, like, for the most part, I'm really good with names and faces. So I will be, like, watching a show. I'm like, oh, I know. Like, we were watching Off Campus, me and Katie. And I saw Jalen, who plays Tucker in Off Campus. And I was like, I know him. I know him from somewhere. And me and Katie are sitting there, and, like, we're both racking our brains. And I'm like, oh, my God, he's in the pit. He's fucking, what's his name? Mateo? I think that's his name, in the pit. And I'm like, oh, he's the pit. He's like this super small side character. And I just recognize him from that. Mika plays Allie in Off Campus, and she also has like a teeny tiny, like, 1 episode role, or maybe 2 episodes in the first season of the pit. I'm like, I don't know. This is just how my brain works. But I'm not like obsessed with pop culture. I'm just
good at it.
Obsessed with people.
Knowing people's names and you know so much.
Yeah. I'm such a psychology, like sociology person. Like it is just how I function. Okay. Question number 2. What J.D. Salinger novel took the world by storm with the teenage angst of Holden Caulfield?
Outsiders. I don't know.
No, it's Catcher in the Rye.
Damn. That makes a lot of sense. I have read that. I'm horrible.
I'm like, I hear J.D. Salinger, my brain goes Catcher in the Rye. I haven't read it, actually.
I have read it. I don't remember.
I haven't read it, but I've seen the book so many times that I'm like,
That's
J.D.
fair.
Salinger, I think of Catcher in the Rye immediately.
I mean, you also work in a library.
I do work in a library. I do see that book very often.
It has been 15 years-ish. 10 to 15 years since I read it.
Do you have to read it for school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't have to. A lot of the things that people had to read for school, I never read. Like Fahrenheit 451, I never had to read it.
Didn't read that
I had to read
one.
Animal Farm, though.
We did,
I did read The Crucible. I love The Crucible, by the way.
we read 1984 instead.
I didn't read that one either.
That one's interesting. I honestly think you would enjoy it.
I want to read all, like, both of those, Fahrenheit 451 and 1984. I want to read them both.
Like, I have strong opinions about some of the stuff in there. It's very... if you read it, you'll get what I mean by this.
Yeah.
But, like, there's a white man coded scene where it's like, this was unnecessary. But the point of it is interesting and good. It's a good read for that purpose.
Yeah, there's a lot of classics that I want to read, like, as an adult, but, like, in school, if you had told me to read them, I probably wouldn't have touched them.
Yeah.
I actually did enjoy one of the few that I enjoyed when we got assigned. It was The Great Gatsby. I really liked that one.
Tale of Two Cities. I actually really enjoyed that one.
I never read that one.
I really enjoyed Tale of Two Cities.
There was one, I loved Beowulf. I had to read it in college. My freshman year of college, I had to read Beowulf. I loved that one. And we had such a good translation of it. I forgot who it was, but it was this woman, and it was fucking incredible, dude.
I read that my freshman year of high school, I feel like, for some reason.
It was, like, one of those that, like, people read in high school. I didn't read it in high school.
Yeah.
I didn't have that one.
And then the Giver series. I loved that.
Yeah. Number the Stars I had to read in, like, 5th grade or 4th grade, and oh my god, it was so good. So incredible. Lois Lowry.
Yeah, but we have, 6 years in between us, so
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was already a shift in the authors when I was in school.
For sure.
So, and there's been a lot
We had
lot
to
better.
read, like, Toni Morrison, Beloved, I think is what we read. But I read another book by her.
We had The Scarlet Letter.
I also had to read Zora Neale Hurston, Their Eyes Were Watching
so
God.
much of her stuff because I wrote a paper and I got obsessed, and she has so much good stuff out there. She actually did research on, like, voodoo magic, and it's really freaking cool.
Oh my god. We need to do an episode on sinners.
Absolutely. I'm down. Okay. We're getting so sidetracked.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this back up.
We literally asked 2 questions and got... So, okay. According to Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, what are a girl's best friend? You have to know this.
I don't.
A girl's best friend?
Be like...
It's a song.
Yep. It is.
Something are a girl's best friend.
Heels? That's all I got in my head.
2 syllables.
2 syllables. Nothing. I genuinely blanking.
Oh my god.
I don't know the song. I've never watched the movie. If there's a movie, think of a movie right now. Listeners, viewers, all of you. I've never seen it. I can almost guarantee you.
Put movies, put random shit in the comments and see if Maddie's seen it.
I'd put high likelihood of like 90 to 95% of them I have not seen. I don't watch movies. It's bad. I'm very low exposed culturally.
One of my favorite, like, one of my love languages is literally exposing people to the things that I'm obsessed with. So, like, books, TV, movies, music, everything. I'm just like, please enjoy this with me.
Start Song of Achilles.
Yeah, I saw you were reading it at the pool.
Yeah.
It was sitting on my piano bench or right next to your sunscreen. So I was like, I think she took this to the pool.
How did you know? Okay, let's keep going.
What toy from Denmark was introduced to American children in 1961, encouraging imagination of girls and boys of all ages, constructing things for hours of play. I can't read my handwriting, guys.
Legos?
Yes.
I got one!
She is 1 for 4.
I do love Legos.
I love Legos. What machine was invented by Daisuke Inoue? Please correct me if I got that wrong. I don't actually know who this person is. In 1971 with an 8-track player, a mic, and an amp.
A karaoke machine?
Yes. I told you, I went for the ones that were a little bit easier.
I appreciate it.
So she got 2 out of 5, guys. And those were in the boomer category. We are now moving on to Gen X.
Okay.
So, On what did Starship build this city?
One more time, that was not English.
It's reference to a song.
Okay.
Starship is the band.
We built this city on
We built this city on
something.
It's 2 words and an and in the middle.
It's like
we built this city on. Come on.
I can't.
Oh my god.
I know. I know this song.
I was like, this one's stupid easy.
We've talked about how I process song lyrics, right?
Yes.
They're not words. I hear another instrument. So, like the way you hum it.
Mm-hmm.
Built this city on da-da-da. That's all I got in my head right now.
Rock and roll.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. There's a movie called Rock of Ages. It's terrible, but it's great. It's Julianne Hough, Tom Cruise, some other people. Can't remember off the top of my head right now. It's been years since I've seen it, but it's terrible and it's great all at the same time.
Anyway, I'm uneducated. I'm sorry. I did say this was going to go so poorly.
It's fine. It's entertaining. What popular 80s doll has adoption papers?
Cabbage Patch.
Good job! She is
actually
3 for 6.
Well, that one's
3 for 7?
There's a Cabbage Patch thing up in North Georgia.
Yeah, I know. It terrifies me.
So, like,
I feel like it's extremely haunted. I don't like Cabbage Patch dolls. They terrify me.
It was right up by my aunt's house. I remember going as a kid.
Yeah, I don't do Cabbage Patch Kids. Okay, what would a kid in the 80s call a marijuana cigarette after it had been smoked all the way down? What is the nub of a blunt or a joint called?
I don't smoke joints. I don't know.
You've never heard this term, really?
A bud?
No?
I don't know. What is it?
A roach.
I did know that.
Yeah. My college professor said it once, because I took a drugs, the brain and behavior class. Amazing class, by the way, really fun. I loved getting to say that I had to go do drugs, or that I took drugs, or, you know, whatever, because we always called it drugs. That was just...
The class was drugs.
The class was drugs. So you don't want to say drugs, the brain and behavior every time you talk to the class. You're like, oh yeah, in drugs today. You know?
Yep.
Whatever.
No, I did know that.
Yeah, one of my college professors said it in that class, and I was like, a what now?
Consciously. Like, if you said it, I'd know what it is. But it's not in my vocabulary. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. I had to think for a minute when he said it. I was like, what the fuck is a roach? I was like a bug? He was like, oh yeah, my kid found a roach at the playground. And I was like, ew, disgusting. And he was like, do you think I'm talking about the bug? And I said, uh-huh. And he said, no. I was like, got it, cool.
Beautiful.
Okay. Why were Brits not crazy about eating hamburgers in the 80s?
They were gonna get fat. I don't know.
Let's see if we can lead the horse to water here.
Lead the horse to water in the 80s?
What are hamburgers made out of?
Mad cow disease?
There you go.
Got it.
I was like, what is the easiest way that I can get you there?
Mad cow disease is actually a prion. It's one of the few prions that actually affect humans.
What is a prion?
It is just proteins, so it has no known DNA or RNA.
Oh.
So it's definitely something that, like, is really hard to understand. Because, like, viruses, they inject their RNA, so they don't have DNA. They inject RNA to replicate themselves using the organelles of a cell.
Mm-hmm.
Versus prions just are made up of proteins, which is kind of cool, but also terrifying.
Nice. Okay. What Blake Edwards movie series revived in the 70s follows the... Hold on, guys. Can't read my own handwriting.
Do 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 do. Do, 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 do,
what the fuck did I write?
Just skip to the next one.
I I can't tell what this. Okay. What Blake Edwards movie series, revived in the 70s, follows the antics of Inspector Clouseau and his nemesis, Chief Inspector Dreyfus?
Inspector Gadget? I don't know.
The Pink Panther?
Ah. I
You
have
ever
watched that
Pink
one.
Panther?
I have watched that one.
Okay.
But it's been so long. I'd
Clouseau,
say
anytime I hear Clouseau, I don't remember Dreyfus ever, but anytime I hear Clouseau, I'm like, Pink Panther.
I mean, it's probably been 20 years since I last watched it.
I mean, it's been a long time. My dad likes them.
And I don't think I watched them more than once. I think I watched like one or two of them once.
To be fair, I remember the comic, like the cartoons, more than the movies.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Moving on to millennials.
Millennials. Maybe I have a chance.
This down-to-earth A-lister famously tripped up the stairs when accepting the Academy Award for Best Actress.
It's Katniss Everdeen from, I know, but like, I'm blanking on her name because you're asking me. And I'm so bad with names. You know this.
I might give it to you for Katniss Everdeen, because that's more than I expected you to know.
It's more than you expected. I've got her face in my mind. Yeah, just tell me.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. What was like having 1,000 songs in your pocket?
Pocket full of sunshine.
No.
No. Was it like MP3 players, Zunes,
Close.
iPods, iPod Nano? Like,
it was an iPod, yeah.
I wasn't sure which one we were going
I think that was
through.
like the specific like slogan for it, was like
Yeah.
having 1,000 songs in your pocket.
Zunes.
Zunes.
Anybody remember Zunes?
I remember Zunes.
You do?
Yeah.
It's amazing. You were what, like 2?
Dude, I had like a fucking Walkman.
That's fair.
Like, I grew up with older technology because my parents would get everything like 5 years later, essentially, because we weren't doing terribly. Like, I lived in a house at 3 years old, but like, everything was just a little bit delayed because like that was not the important things.
That's fair.
So they saved their money on buying gadgets a little late, which was fine. Okay. The Lion King was written by Tim Rice and what other artist?
No idea.
Singer. A singer. Think of a singer.
Elton John.
There you go.
I did know this one. Oh, man.
I was like, girl, we gonna have to do some.
I thought you were talking about like the script and stuff. Did he help?
Oh, no. The music. The music
Okay.
was all Elton John.
I was like, I have no idea.
Elton John was the whole music.
Yeah,
Another
I did know that.
amazing musical by Elton John is El Dorado, The Road to El Dorado.
Yep.
Fucking love that movie. Spectacular movie.
I actually do really, really love Elton John. Like when I was 4 years old, my aunt asked me who my favorite artist was, thinking it was going to be like some Sesame Street character or something. And I turned her looked her straight in the face, and I said Elton John, and she went, "Oh, what's your favorite song?" And I was like, Tiny Dancer. Fun fact, I am so uncoordinated that nobody in my family ever thought I would be a dancer, so it's incredibly entertaining now that I am a dancer now.
I'm incredibly clumsy, but you put me on a dance floor and I suddenly can...
Okay, but you know what level of clumsy I am. It is next level. It is next level clumsy.
Did you tell them about your goof egg?
Not my goof egg. Which one? The one where I sat on the bed?
Yeah.
One where I sat on the bed? So I just sat down on the bed, just like a little hard, and my dresser is like right there. And I guess I didn't hold my core or something, but I just bounced straight into my dresser. And then, of course, landed on the floor because I bonked my head. So, oh yeah, I got a little goof egg right here.
She kept saying goose egg, and at one point it got a little blurred, and it sounded like she said goof egg. So now we've been calling it the goof egg.
I did, in fact, goof up.
Yeah.
I sat on my bed wrong.
Yep. But yeah, no, we had like a whole impromptu karaoke night one night, and I was like playing a bunch of Elton John shit, and she was like, "Can you play Tiny Dancer?" And I said, "Yeah, sure."
I like it.
So,
okay,
but
I do know Elton John.
Yeah. Have you gotten to the scene in Off Campus yet? Is that the first episode?
Yeah.
Where she sings "The Bitch Is Back"?
The Bitch Is Back, yes.
I've had "The Bitch Is Back" stuck in my head for so long, specifically her harmonies to it.
It was so good.
So good. She's such an incredible singer, and she didn't know she could sing until this show.
How?
She's fucking incredible. She's 19. Ella Bright?
What?
She's 19.
No way.
The actress for Hannah, yeah, she's 19.
It's insane.
She's insane. She's incredible. And she learned all the instruments for the show, too.
Of course she did.
She's fucking incredible. It's insane. Anywho, moving on. Before I just talk about off campus, I'm just going to have a whole episode of off campus. Annabelle rants about off campus.
And Maddie sits there and thumbs up.
Okay, where was I? Oh. The sudden death of this musician on June 25th of 2009 led to tributes from millions of people all over the world.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah. I was obsessed with Michael Jackson as a kid. That was my version of Elton John. I didn't really get introduced to Elton John until I was in like middle school.
Okay.
I mean, I knew about like Yellow Brick Road. Candle in the Wind was a song that I was like obsessed with as a kid. I don't think I just recognized who Elton John was until later.
Do you want a funny story? So there's a song in Ella Enchanted that was written by Queen.
Yeah, they're all Queen songs.
Okay.
It's a Queen jukebox.
I wasn't sure. But I know there was at least one.
Yes.
Because again, it's been a long time since I watched this movie.
I haven't seen the movie. I just know that it's a Queen jukebox.
So my dad tells me that the song was written by Queen. And Lil Me was like, yeah, the Queen wrote this song. And I was baffled.
I love the idea of Queen Elizabeth being like,
that
I'm gonna write a song for this jukebox music.
Genuinely what my brain did. And I think it was Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
That is Elton John, my friend.
But it's in Ella, that's what I'm saying. It's in Ella Enchanted.
So maybe it's not just Queen stuff.
Maybe it's, okay. So I was like,
it's a jukebox musical for sure.
But
Don't Go Breaking My Heart is not Queen, though.
No, then there's another one in there. That is
Elton John.
There is another one in there.
Yes.
That's Queen. Anyway.
I think Somebody to Love is in there.
Yes. Find Me Somebody to Love. That's the one.
Yeah.
But either way, it was a Queen song. And I was convinced that
the
Queen of England had written this song.
I love that so much.
I was convinced for a minute.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was my Elton John. Like, in elementary school, I was obsessed with Michael Jackson. We had one of his, like, so we had the, I think it was This Is Us. No, what is it? What is it called? This
Don't
Is Us
ask me.
Is One Direction. Guys, struggling here. It was the name of one of his tours. It was like one of his last tours, and I had a DVD of like the concerts and stuff, and I would watch it like all the time. And I also had a DVD of like some of his like biggest like music videos and stuff. So like just obsessed with Michael Jackson. I was like 6 when he died. Or no, I wasn't even 6. If it was June, I was like 5. I wasn't even 6 yet. And I was heartbroken.
Yeah, I was, I think, in like 8th grade.
Yeah.
7th grade.
2009. So, whew. But yeah, obsessed with Michael Jackson. Love him. Complete the slogan. Silly rabbit.
Tricks are for kids.
Yay!
I'm killing this millennial section.
Yo, I wonder why.
I'm a zillennial, guys.
She is like exactly on the cusp. It's great. Okay. We're moving on to Gen Z.
I'm ready.
Okay. Have you ever tried shawarma? Was a catchphrase from what movie?
No clue.
You disappoint me.
I'm so sorry. I have no idea.
Avengers.
Really?
It was right after he like almost dies and they bring him back to life and Tony goes, have you ever tried shawarma?
I do remember, but it wasn't that was...
And then it was at the very end of the movie and then the end credit scene is them going and eating shawarma.
How was that a catchphrase if it wasn't, it was only like one time?
I think it caught on. I think people started saying it. I think that's what they mean by
So I was like, it wasn't...
It's not like a character's catchphrase. I think it's just people started saying it.
I still wouldn't have gotten it, but...
Yeah. What was the term given to the process of the UK leaving the EU?
Brexit.
Finish the lyric. You know, I had to throw some One Direction in here. The story of my life, I take her home.
We'll drive all night.
Give me a little bit more.
Till something's gone? I don't know.
You're so close. It's
story of my life.
I take her home. I drive all night
and leave me home. Broken sides.
I like how you got the part after. To
I
keep
don't
her
know.
warm.
I'm like, to keep her warm. I was like, something
I
is
drive
in there.
all night to keep her warm inside. It's frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, lyrics are not my
Yeah.
strong suit.
Okay. Next. What stuffed animals had playable online counterparts?
Webkins.
I loved Webkins.
I love
I
Webkins
love
so
Webkins.
much.
My friend in Jersey, Julia, she loves Webkins. I think she recently like reactivated her account too. Like she started playing Webkins in the last like 2 years or something like that.
I love that.
Like
I love that for the whimsy, for the bit.
she used to. I would like call her and she'd be like, "I'm playing Webkins." I'm like, "Okay."
Yep. That's a
Love
mood.
it.
I need that childlike wonder in my life again.
Yes. Okay, we have one. Oh, hold on. Quick tangent. I was obsessed with the Pixie Hollow game.
My sisters were. My little sisters were.
I love Tinkerbell. If there's one thing you know about me, I love Tinkerbell. You know who should have been on Dad or Daddy last week? Lord Mallory.
Winter Daddy.
Daddy Winter.
Daddy Winter. There we go. I mixed it up.
It's like, as I like to call him, Daddy Winter. That was like an old college joke with me and my roommates in the dorms. Because I would, every year around, every semester around finals, I would rewatch all of the Tinkerbell movies as I was studying. And and after like finals, I would be watching all of the movies. And I love me some Daddy Winter.
You crazy girl.
He's
all right.
Great.
Last
question.
One. Let's see if I can get one more.
Which iconic Pixar character had the famous catchphrase, "Ka-chow"?
Lightning McQueen.
I told you I had to pick one stupid easy one to put in there.
I got some of them. I didn't fail so miserably.
No, I think you got like a good 50%. I need to tally it up. Actually, let's tally it up real quick.
You tally up how old I am and how bad at trivia I am.
How old you are?
Because whichever one I have the most in is how old I am.
Okay.
Right? Isn't that the whole game?
Sure.
It's the whole game. I made it up. I made up these rules.
Okay.
But
so,
we learned I absolutely struggle with song lyrics. I have no idea what's going on in the songs. I've never watched movies. And right, like I feel like those are the ones I miss.
Yeah, it was just music or movies you missed. I even tried to help you.
I know. There's only so much I can. If there's nothing there,
I'm giving you Jennifer Lawrence because you said Katniss.
I'm gonna take that win whenever I can.
You got all of the millennial ones right.
I kind of expected that. I'm not gonna lie. Did I miss one Gen Z one? Did I get all of those?
Yeah, you missed the Avengers one.
Yeah. True Zillennial here.
You missed, so you got 2 in Boomer, 2 in Gen X, all of them in Millennial, and then 4 of them in Gen Z. So total, out of 20, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 out of 20. You didn't fail.
I didn't fail. I did fail.
You didn't fail.
Are you putting a 50% as fail?
Yes.
Okay.
Below 50 is failing.
I've always below 60.
We're
going to give it to me. Anyway, I didn't fail trivia today.
13 out of 20 is how much? 13 out of 20 is 65%. You're over 60%. You have a D.
I don't love that. I'm putting that as failing in my book.
Well, as long as you go to a school that does Ds, you didn't fail.
Well, I'm not in school.
You're in my school. My school gives Ds. Nobody read too deeply into that one.
All right, it is time to...
That's going to be the tagline right there. My school gives Ds.
Thinking ahead this time.
I think that's going to have to be the title of the episode.
So, for our final segment of Does It Deserve a Lobotomy?
Yeah.
I I was thinking was there like a fun fact that you learned today that you want to just
Lobotomize? I think I want to lobotomize the fucking chainsaw.
that was my thought in that entire process.
I want to lobotomize the chainsaw. Either that or like the grasshopper's ears
under the wings.
If you watch the video, like while you're editing this, go back and as you're reading that fact out, watch my face contort. the further you went with it, I was like, grasshoppers have ears, and then you told me where they were, and then that they were like protected by their wings, and I was like, ugh, just it got worse and worse and worse. So either that or the chainsaw. The chainsaw, I think, would have to be lobotomized.
I want to lobotomize the part of my brain that remembers song lyrics. It's like with movies, I have an excuse. I haven't watched them.
Yeah.
With song lyrics, I've heard all of the songs.
Yeah. Niall Horan recently sang "Story of My Life," like last week or something, and it popped up on my TikTok, and when I tell you I started sobbing. I miss One Direction, guys. And someone put it to a fucking edit of One Direction, and I saw Liam pop up, and when I tell you about died right then and there, I sent it to all my friends that are in One Direction, because I was like, if I have to suffer, so do you.
Stunning. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We hope you learned so much today, because I sure did.
Yeah, this was a very
educational episode.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to mark us as an educational podcast now.
Yeah, we're no longer comedy. We're educational and comedy.
Yeah.
Where we're fun too while we learn.
We have dimensions.
Dimensions. That's a word for it.
Not the word I'm looking for. These are not the joys you're looking for.
So follow us on all of the social medias. They'll be linked below. If you have any thoughts, anything you want to hear us yap about, anything that you just have a question. What's our favorite color? What's our stress food? I don't know. Whatever you want to learn about us.
Well, according to you, everybody knows that my favorite food is now chicken nuggets. I'm still waiting on Purdue to reach out and sponsor me.
Yeah, start tagging Purdue.
Not sponsor us. Sponsor me.
Just
as a human being.
Just sponsor her life. If you just
send me so many chicken nuggets.
She deserves 1 free year of chicken nuggets. So make that happen.
Oh my god. Can we, everybody needs to tag Purdue. Everybody send this to Purdue. If someone has a contact at Purdue, please tell them to send me a year's supply of chicken nuggets. Because listen, Linda. I eat about 6 to 8 chicken nuggets at a time, right?
And you eat them 1 to 2 times a day.
No, I eat them once a day. But listen, the serving size on the bag says 3 chicken nuggets, which, first of all, who the fuck is eating 3 chicken nuggets and stopping there? They're not for kids. They're not dino nuggets.
Children are eating 3 chicken nuggets. That's who they're for.
That's not the serving size, though. For kids, maybe, but there should be fine. Then they should have a separate adult serving size. Either way, it says 3 serving, or it says 3 is the serving size, and then it says 8 servings per bag. But
it's the opposite, because you have 8. You eat 6 to 8, and so there's 3 to 4 servings in each bag.
Exactly. I have to buy 1 a week, and that's if I don't eat chicken nuggets every day. Which I don't eat chicken nuggets every day. Mom, please don't come for me.
It's not every day. I can't confirm
every
this.
Day. Just most days.
Anyway, follow us on socials. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great rest of your day, y'all, and join us next time.
Send me chicken nuggets.
Not about chicken nuggets.